You are watching Places. Every Tuesday, we bring you an insightful look into fascinating events from all around the world. Why nobody cares about your travels. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hey there, Aluxers, and welcome back. You know the drill when you go on vacation. Capture the most Instagram-worthy moments, text pictures of sunsets and tropical drinks to your friends, post pictures of your meals on Facebook, and FaceTime your family while you're on the beach, right? Well, you might want to brace yourself, because I have an uncomfortable truth for you. Nobody cares about your travels. Not your friends, not your family, not a stranger on the street. Don't take it personally, it's not just you. It's true for everyone. I hear you through the screen right now. Not my friends, they like all my posts while I'm on vacation, and they love my travel pictures. But trust us, even your friends and you don't care about their travels either. Today we're talking about why this is the case. Introduction. When you go away on a vacation and have an incredible time, one of the first things you want to do is tell your friends and family all about it. Now in the age of social media, we're sharing our travel experiences in real time. The excitement of sharing a pic of a gorgeous sunset, the Eiffel Tower, a pristine beach, or any other vacation setting is part of the fun of getting away. And you may get a ton of likes and comments on your posts. But the harsh reality is, these people don't care. Not really. Oh, they'll ask how your trip was and nod and smile in response, but they're not emotionally invested. And if you're honest about yourself, you'll realize you aren't terribly interested in your friends going on and on about their latest trip either. There are several reasons for this, and some even scientific studies that back up the claim. So now, let's take a look at those. You had to be there. No matter how good a storyteller you are, it's impossible to recreate your travel experiences for your friends who weren't there with you. Say you spotted a sloth in South America, you went skiing in the Swiss Alps, you shared a pint of Guinness with the locals in Dublin, or you spent an afternoon on the gondolas of Venice. These are incredible experiences you won't be able to put into words. Unless others have done what you have done, they won't be able to connect with your experiences in any meaningful way. That's why so often when a person tells a story about their travels, it ends with the words, "You had to be there." If they weren't there, they can't possibly know what that moment felt like and won't have the same attachment to that memory as you do. This is not something you can fabricate, and while you're trying to get them to understand what you experienced, another thought is probably entering their minds. Green with envy. Jealousy is a strong emotion, and it's hard to control. Have you ever heard of your friend talking about an exotic vacation or even just a quick trip to the beach, and on the outside you smile and nod, but on the inside all you're thinking is, "I wish that could have been me"? Face it, when you're coming off a hard work week full of long hours and stressful situations, the last thing you want to hear about is how much fun your friend had sipping Mai Tais in a tropical paradise. People will show their jealousy in multiple ways, like passive-aggressive comments, eye rolls, sarcasm, talking behind your back, or just scrolling past your pics on social media without hitting the like button. Of course, your really good friends will do their best to hide it, but the inevitable envy is just beneath the surface. So whenever it's your turn to take that tropical vacation, just know your friends who are in the middle of a full work week really aren't going to want to hear about it. But there's more to it than just simple jealousy. Can't relate. Travel can be a life-changing experience. As you explore different communities and cultures, your worldview inevitably changes. This is particularly true if you visit another country with a significantly different lifestyle and standard of living. When you go back home, you'll see things differently. You might appreciate your culture more or become more critical. The scones aren't as good as the ones you had in Paris. The water isn't as clear at the beach as it was in the Mediterranean. The people just aren't as friendly as they were in Sydney, for example. Or maybe after returning home from a developing country, you see people taking certain things like hot showers and clean water for granted, but you can't quite get your point across about it. You see things in a new way, but those who weren't with you won't. When you try to explain your new perspective from your travels, people will not relate. They won't care nearly as much as you do. For those who don't have those world experiences, the scone tastes just fine. There's nothing wrong with complaining when it takes 30 seconds for the shower to heat up. You simply can't force people to see things from your perspective, so you might as well put your energy elsewhere. The science. The idea that nobody cares about your travel experiences is more than opinion. It's actually backed by science. Harvard scientists have found that those who have extraordinary experiences on their own are not able to accurately recreate these experiences through words with others later on. Even though you may try to convey exactly what was extraordinary about the experience, your words can never capture the full context of what happened, and people will not be able to identify. They would much rather talk about an experience that you both have in common. These findings also apply to travel, since so much of what you engage in as a tourist can be classified as an extraordinary experience when you're escaping your normal life. Even if you show a person a picture that you took during an exciting time you had on your vacation, it doesn't allow them to understand the full context of the moment. What was the weather like? What led up to that moment? What did the surroundings look like? What were your exact emotions? How did it change you? These are just a few questions that would need to be answered to begin to grasp the experience in an accurate way, and 99% of the time, people won't care enough to ask those questions to begin with. Another scientific fact is that the attention spans have dropped significantly in the past few decades. Microsoft Corporation conducted a study in 2015 that found the average attention span in the new digital age is just 8 seconds. And this is just 1 second shorter than the average attention span of a goldfish. Scientists have also found that minds tend to wander 50% of the time. How long do you think your friends and family are going to focus on the story of a local you went surfboarding with in the Bahamas, for example? Unless they were there with you and know exactly what you're talking about, the chances are not long. Shared experiences. So, does this mean you shouldn't talk about your travel experiences with anyone? Well, not exactly, but you should be aware of how these stories will be received. Don't waste too much time trying to get people to understand every incredible thing you experienced. And definitely don't expect people to share the same excitement you have when it comes to your travels. Science has found that humans build bonds through shared experiences. So if you really want your friends to care about your travels, you should travel together when possible. That way, conversations about the trip will have significant meaning for everyone involved. If your friends don't like to travel, look for another outlet to discuss your experiences, like a blog for like-minded travelers or a Facebook group for the city you enjoy visiting the most. When both parties have a shared passion and similar experiences, that's when meaningful conversations about travel can happen. Conclusion. Some experiences are amazing to have, while other experiences are amazing to talk about. The difference is found in the context. If people you're sharing with don't have a frame of reference and don't understand the context of your experiences because they've never been in a similar situation, don't expect them to care very much. Learn to appreciate what you learned from your travels and how those experiences have changed you without feeling the need to make others understand when they don't really have a desire to. If you're hoping to travel more but aren't sure how to make it happen, you should check out How to Make $100,000 per Year in Passive Income and Travel the World. In this valuable book, author Chase Andrews gives 14 passive income strategies that can be used by anyone to gain financial freedom and more free time. This book is available on Audible for $20, but save that money for something else. Just go to alux.com/freebook and sign up. If it's your first time, you'll get the audio version of this book for free thanks to our partnership with Audible. Question. Now that we're wrapping this story up, we'd like to know, do you prefer to travel with friends, family, or alone? Let us know in the comments. And of course, for sticking with us until the end, here's your bonus. One of the greatest trends in travel in recent years is solo travel. A 2017 Princeton survey found that 58% of millennials worldwide are willing to travel alone, compared to 47% of older generations. Searches for solo travel on Google also increased about 40% between 2015 and 18. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos for you to watch next. As always, the conversation continues on social media. Thanks again, and we can't wait to have you back tomorrow.